Well, hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. So let's do a little update on what's going on with this market. I mean, now we had CPI data come out yesterday that we met expectations, and we did have a little bit of a hotter read on the month-over-month data than what we were looking for in our expectations. But as far as the big number, the headline number, we wound up meeting that right on the dot. And we actually got a little bit of excitement out of markets yesterday when we just met that expectation. And then throughout the day, that excitement kind of fizzled out towards the end of the trading session. And we wound up actually closing mostly red as far as most tech stocks go. And there was a little bit of green still left in the market by the end of the day, but really not that much. And now here we are today, the day after CPI, and the market is continuing to be bloody red. Tech stocks are giving back basically what they gained yesterday, if they did hold on to gains. And people are wondering, how much longer is this bear red market going to continue? And are we just going to keep on having a stock crash throughout the rest of 2022? Is this just what this year is going to be like? Should I get out of the game? Should I sell? What should I do? Well, here's my 2 cents on it. We have the possibility that 2022 is going to be ugly, okay? I'm going to just say that. We have lots of things coming up throughout this year. It's an election year. We're raising rates. We're going to possibly be running off the balance sheet in the summer of this year from the Fed. So there are a lot of negative catalysts so far for this year. We really don't have a lot of good things happening as far as what we know. But here is something that we can't plan on, but something that could happen that could cause the market to have a huge rebound out of these low levels that we got lots of stocks at right now. Say that here in 2, 3, 4 months, we start to see that CPI number actually trend down a little bit. We come down out of the 7s and get back into the 6s, or back down into, the 4, 5s, right? We start to normalize our inflation rate a little bit. If we start to see that normalization in inflation, which is the market's biggest fear, really, in my opinion, that's going to signal to the Fed that, hey, this is working. We're doing things right. Maybe we don't need to taper as quickly. Well, not taper, but we don't need to raise rates as quickly. And if we start getting some more indications that, hey, maybe inflation is going to resolve itself with a little bit less monetary action from the Fed, I think the market's going to be really, really happy. And I think that we're going to go right back to rally mode as soon as we find out that that's going to happen. Now, is that going to happen for sure this year? We don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody knows, not even the Fed knows right now, if inflation is going to wind up coming back down this year or if it's just going to skyrocket for all of 2022. But what we do know is there's a chance of that. And that we do know is that in the past, when we look at other times of inflation, eventually inflation does come back down. Now, I understand the argument. There's not been a lot of work done by the Fed. There's not been a lot of monetary policy done by the Fed that is going to counteract this inflation we're having right now. But we are getting started into that. And then on top of that, our stimulus money in the economy is starting to dry up. So I think that we're going to see less consumer demand and we're going to see more of these supply chain issues kind of get worked through. And soon enough, we're going to wind up actually having some deflation in some areas, I think, like used cars and new cars, right? And as we get more of these deflationary pressures, it's going to bring inflation down for the year as a whole, right? So I can see there being a case for possibly having that rotation to the downside in inflation causing a rally, which is why for me, like I've said in many of my other videos so far in the last few weeks, I'm not selling. I'm just dollar cost averaging into my favorite positions even more. I'm just getting more and more of my favorite stocks, right? Because right now is really a great opportunity to just be building on your favorite stocks in your portfolio. That is just my opinion, of course, not financial advice or anything, but it is how I'm playing this market. And I mean, we'll just see how it goes. I mean, if 2022, if the whole year is terrible, it sucks, but at least we're going to get some really good cheap pricing and we can get a lot of shares on some of our favorite companies for far cheaper than we would have in the last 2 years, right? Anyway, guys, just a little quick take on my opinions on this market. If you have any opinions on this market, let me know down below in the comments section. If you enjoyed this video and are interested in more content like this, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button down below, as well as the notification bell so you're notified anytime I upload. And we will see you guys in the next video. Thanks.